Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, I'm using Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. I can't believe I still haven't looked. I have to go find. I think it's the Halloween Oracle is the other one she does. It's funny, until I'm like actually have the box in my hand and I'm doing a reading, I don't even think of it. Oh well. I know I have another deck by her though. Alright, we're going to do relationship first, single second. Stop. Alright, this is going to be good. I'm like, this is going to be good. That sounds like a good start, doesn't it? No, this is going to be good. I get that. But there's something here. There's a connection here. That's freaking your partner out. And I don't think that's bad. As we keep coming forward, you're dealing with something here between you and your partner. And I feel like it's about people around you. People around literally you, the Scorpio watching. Your partner has the Queen of Pentacles. You have the Strength card. Now, don't get caught up in the gender of the card, but what I'm getting here is like they have certain predispositions about people that you hang out with that they don't like. That's my first thought. And there's these people that they're around you, but their challenge card is the Eight of Swords, and it's moving into the Star card is what I'm getting. In the sense of like they don't feel like there's anything they can do about it. There's just people that are around you that they don't really care for. And I feel like you're constantly having to talk to this situation. Like, they don't like this one or they don't like that one and they want to know what's going on. And you constantly have to, like, I don't know if I want to say justify or just, like, validate what's actually happening. You have to keep calming the situation is what I'm getting. Something along those lines. Your partner doesn't like some of these people, but they feel like they can't get rid of them. There's nothing they can do. But it seems to be evolving towards the Star card. And the fact that that's in the challenge position is telling me they might be trying to push things in a way that they shouldn't be. Just to be fair, they do have the Knight of Cups with you. Spiritually, they're very much in love with you, but I feel like this is a part of it. Like, these people in your life that are connected to you, your partner doesn't think that they like them. Whoever your partner is, the people around you, they think they don't like them, or they're talking negative about them, or that they're like they don't want them around, something like that. If this is really clicking, this is a big piece of this. Because when I'm seeing this Knight of Cups for you, like they really do love you, but they're afraid that these people are going to damage the relationship between you and them. There's a big fear with that. A big fear with that. So, what I'm seeing on your side, see, this is good. This is actually going to go well. You've got the Five of Cups as your challenge card, which is actually, I like this as your challenge card, quite frankly, because you're not happy with the conflict between the people around you and your partner. And it's going to evolve to a spot where you're like, well, I don't like it to the point where this has to change. I actually like this for you because it's a motivator. Kind of like, we have to do something to make this different because I'm keeping my partner, I'm keeping whatever these social connections are, friends, family, work associates, whatever it may be, whatever it is, maybe it's religious connection, maybe it's something like that, whatever it is for you, I'm keeping them, I'm keeping my friends, I'm keeping my partner, I'm keeping everybody, I'm keeping them all, and I'm not happy that they don't all get along, so we need to change this. So what's coming forward is I feel like you're deciding, like, these four coming together, so let's see if I can talk to them well. Let's do these two first. You got pleasure and you have the Queen of Swords. This is spiritually. You're creating the communication. I shouldn't say causing, you're creating it. And you're like, this is going to go better. You got pleasure here. In the sense of like, this can go better for not only me, but for everybody else involved. We need to kind of break down this wall a bit. We need to stop this ridiculousness. You're creating this situation. You're creating conversation. You're creating situations to pull people together so that they stop worrying about each other so much. So you're pulling a situation together with the Queen of Swords and the Pleasure. You're causing the communication. You're creating it. You're starting it. Talking it through. You're like bringing things together. You're not. I don't feel you accusing like you have a problem with that one or that one has a problem with this one. It's not like that. It's just kind of like creating a situation or creating ideas to bring people together, bringing your partner closer to these people so everybody can talk and get to know each other. And then you got the Page of Pentacles with the protection. You are creating this conversation, yes. And you are. It's about a pleasurable event is what I'm getting. When I'm getting pleasure, it's like you want your partner and these people to do something together that they're going to enjoy so they can bond a little bit. That's kind of what I'm getting with these. This is kind of like, but you're making sure things are controlled and you're keeping yourself involved so you know who's saying what, how things are going forward. It's going forward very carefully, very slowly. But also, when I'm getting the Page of Pentacles for you, this is something like you want to start a situation that can be repeated. So it's not like just a one-off. It's not like a one-time thing, but like let's do this and see if we can make it more of a thing going forward. It is the Page of Pentacles. It's just the first shot, so it's not guaranteed it will happen that way. But it's like that's the idea going into it. Like we do this once or twice, and maybe we can create a thing or make a thing out of it, so people can get to know each other better and not get so nervous around each other. You know, this one not like that one, whatever. Because it's basically between your partner and some social aspect is what I'm getting. So you're being very careful. You're pulling this together. When this is interesting to me. When it first comes forward, I feel like your partner has a lot of ideas and is very willing to move this forward. The Queen of Wands is a very powerful person, very strong, independent person. So you're bringing this forward, and they're like picking up that gauntlet and saying, yeah, let's do it. Or picking up the sword, whatever you want to say, picking up the staff, I guess, in this situation. They're like, yeah, let's do it. I'm all into it. I'm very into it. Let's, they're all gung-ho about it. Let's make it happen. You need help making it happen. I can do this. I can do that. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. They're all into it. They're all about it. It's very good. Now, when it happens, see, that's the interesting thing with your partner. They start off with the Queen of Wands energy. They evolve into the Page of Wands energy. They're all about it when it's just you and them. They're very strong, very powerful, very secure, very self-assured when it's you and them. When these other people are involved or added into the situation, like they go down a couple levels here. They go from feeling like a queen to feeling like a page. Just to be fair, I view the Queen and King they're equals. In this deck, they're equals. That's how I view them. That's how I go forward with that. But a queen to a page, like a page is a support element. That's not equal. That's like they feel very, very diminished in this situation. They don't feel as strong when there's all these people around. They don't feel as strong as when they're just one-on-one with you. So they have to get more comfortable. They do have to get more comfortable. Now, I know you're making this work, and I feel like the thing is, I don't need to tell you how to do it because I feel like when the situation comes in, you know how people match, and I feel like you talk where necessary. They got the Queen of Cups for you. What's helping? Like I feel like you're very smart, very shrewd. I want to say. I don't think shrewd is a bad word, so take it with a grain of salt. Like you're saying things that need to be said, but you're walking away from conversations that don't need to happen. You're not like I don't feel you pushing forward like my partner thinks you don't like them. You're not doing that. I mean, you're not doing that. Let's just leave it at that. And you're not promoting conversations to where that could happen. For example, if you know this one and your partner, like they're not seeing eye to eye, you'll either kind of like steer conversations. You'll make sure you're involved in that conversation so it steers a certain way, or if it starts going a little off in the weeds and it makes you nervous, you'll change it. You'll change things. You'll monitor. I feel like this is more like you're monitoring things, to be fair. And you're not only keeping things you don't want said personal, like you're not saying what you don't want to say, but you're keeping other people from starting maybe a little rabble rousing. You're not letting people start problems. Anytime it seems like that might happen, you kind of shut it down or change things or move things around. You're monitoring the situation, but in a very good way. healthy way is what I'm getting. Because I feel like this is not the time to bring certain things up. Now is the time to get along and start getting along with each other. I feel like this is smart on your side, but I also feel like this is kind of difficult. Because I feel like people just have misconceptions about each other at this point. So it could go into a direction that would be bad. Down the road, I feel like when these people know each other better, hopefully, it could be one of those things where, oh, when I first met you, I used to think this about you, but then I realized this other thing was actually the truth, and I feel so much better now. I can't believe I used to think that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I feel like it's one of those. Like, sometimes, I don't know if I feel like it's a common experience in life, let's put it that way, where you come in with a original thought, and then later on you kind of sort it out and realize why you were feeling the way you were feeling, and it wasn't as bad as you thought. Once in a while, let's go that way. Let's just go that way with it. Once in a while that happens, you know. Keep going forward. You've got the Six of Wands. This is going to work out to your liking completely. Let's see. Not just the surface level. I feel like this is one of those things kind of like, it's on the ground, it's on the surface level. It's like on the top here. And it's starting to seep in. It's like kind of starting to seep in. I don't know if this is a good analogy, but like, I'm thinking of what they call, I think it's called Jello cake. I don't know what it's really called. Basically, it's when you make a cake and you poke holes in the top with a toothpick, and then you pour Jello over the top of it, and it seeps in a little bit, and then you solidify it in the fridge. But it's seeped in little pieces, little spots. Like the whole cake is not saturated with Jello, but it's seeped in with those little pricks of the toothpick. If that makes sense, like this surface level, it's very good. It went perfectly. But I do feel it's seeping in certain spots too. It's like it's making a difference. It could grab hold. It could become more. So I do feel you had a very good, it looks like it's headed for a very good moment of success here. Because it's on the surface level, very good. It looks like it could have created some more things to come forward later. It's yet to be seen. It's kind of like the whole Jello cake thing again. When you do the pin pricks or the toothpick pricks, and you pour the Jello on top, you can, when you cut it later after it's been in the fridge for a while, you can see like how far it went down, how much of the juice actually went into the cake. You can see it because you cut it. Like, it's yet to be seen how much of an impact it actually made. I think we could stop beating that to death. Now your partner, these are the last three cards for this reading, this part of the reading. They are good, but you need to be aware of it. And I feel like this is a big piece of, like, if you're drawn to this reading and you're still watching and you're like, yep, this makes sense to me, if it feels like it's on to you, if it does, of course, death is there. That's very good. The misunderstandings, like not knowing these people, like I feel like they're coming together. Things are starting to come together more. I feel like there's more of a connection. They're going to have more of a connection to these people going forward. That's the death card. I feel like that's good. Literally, the Three of Cups here is telling me they're becoming part of this group. How much of a part, that's another thing. But they're becoming a part of it. That's the Three of Cups. That's good. But there's still going to be this part of fear here. They're always going to, I shouldn't say always, but they're going to tend to feel like there's always going to be this little piece that they don't know what's happening. Or I feel like there's just this worry that they think certain people are against them and they're just hiding it. This isn't what helps, because I feel like it's keeping them on their best behavior. Now, what does that mean? Because that's like, that feels a little uncomfortable, but I feel like maybe they're saying things that, like, they're being more respectful or something like that. I'm getting best behavior. I don't know what that means. I feel like you know exactly what that means, and I don't need to know. Like, if this reading is hitting, you know what your partner's best behavior is. And they're nervous, like certain people are just waiting for the moment to just lash out at them or just to get them. This could work out in your favor. They're just saying this is a factor here. Be aware of it. Be very aware of it. Because I feel like you want to dispel that as much as you can. They're nervous. They don't feel completely comfortable in this group. It seems like in this group, they're aware. If push comes to shove, they're always going to be on your side. Whatever this group is, your partner knows they will. If push comes to shove, they will always be on your side, the Scorpio side. They will always be there. It does seem to make them a little nervous. Like I feel like they might not argue with you in front of them or something like that. Best behavior is coming up there. So I don't know. For whatever that's worth, it seems to be a big point here that they want you to be aware of. And that's how this is ending. It's improving, though. That last piece I find very intriguing, though. Because I feel like it could highlight either one of two things. Either sometimes they feel like they can't stand up against you, or maybe they have a behavior that's really not acceptable that they're hiding. And maybe you need to talk about this behavior with people that you trust, that your partner doesn't exhibit in front of other people. Because maybe there's more to that than meets the eye. You might want to just talk that out with somebody. Alright, let's go into Scorpio singles. What do we have for single Scorpios? Messages for single Scorpios. We're going to shuffle these. This one came through with the thought, why not? So, I don't know if that's supposed to be funny or not, but like, why not? Almost like somebody showing up and you're like, I guess they'll do. That's kind of how this is feeling right off the bat. I don't know. Let's see where it goes. Yeah. I didn't shuffle these yet, so let's shuffle these a little bit. It's not funny, but why not? You're not in love with this one. This one is not. Yeah, this one is not. Alright, so this one is attractive enough. They're nice enough. They're a good enough person is what I'm getting. You have justice at the bottom here where you're standing. Kind of like, this is a good one. There's a good person. I feel like this person coming around again is someone you previously walked away from. But not in a bad way. It's kind of like, thank you, but no thank you. There's no animosities in the past, but I feel like you did kind of like say, not for me, but thank you, in the past. Now, this person, there's a lot of fire energy here. Queen of Wands, King of Wands at the top. Doesn't mean this person's a fire sign. But it does mean they have a very fire-like attitude at this point. Like, they're very motivated, they get things done, they keep going. Here we go, here we go, here we go. And from the last time that they approached you and you said no, but thank you, they've made some type of improvement is what I'm getting. Because they got self-love here, coming in with them. Because I feel like this whole thing is motivated by them coming towards you, whoever they are. They feel like they've improved. They're doing things better. And they're very much into you. They think you're awesome. They just think you're awesome, and you know that they feel that way. They just think you're awesome, and you do like that. That's nice. That's very flattering. When somebody comes towards you and they feel you're very beautiful, attractive, whatever, and they like you as a person, they think you're a great person, you do things very well. The person that's extremely complimenting is what I'm also getting. And it's nice. It's nice. It feels good, you know. And they're coming forward with another fire card, Ace of Wands. And then you got the Four of Swords here, coming they're coming forward so strongly and very complimenting and very nice. And when I'm seeing the Four of Swords, ironically, I don't feel like you're not shutting them down this time, but you're not letting them in either. It's kind of like somebody's coming up to your front door, and you're not saying you need to keep going. This isn't the place for you, but you're not letting them in the house either. You're just kind of like talking to them on the porch. That's where this is. This is kind of like, you're not saying they have to leave, but you're like, you can't come in my house right yet either. So there's that. The Four of Swords is telling me, you're like, I don't want to tell them to hit the road. It's all right. I'll talk with them for right now. You're not really thinking you want to invite them in the house, but you're like, they're a good enough person. There's nothing wrong with them. It's kind of like, I don't know why I'm using this analogy, but this kind of makes me laugh. It's kind of like a vacuum cleaner salesman that brings one of those, $1,000 vacuums to your front door. But they're really nice. They're really they have a lot of charisma. You like them. They're nice to talk to. You don't want that vacuum. You don't want that vacuum. But you're like, oh well, they're nice enough. I'll talk to them. Might as well talk to them. I mean, they're cool enough. That's kind of the feel I'm getting here. So, you know how this person feels. You do. Like, that vacuum cleaner salesman wants you to buy that vacuum. You're not dumb. You know they're talking to you and they're shooting the breeze with you, but you know why. Like, you're not dumb. You know why. It's the same thing with this person. They are flat out head over heels with you. They're talking to you a lot. They're showing you a lot of attention, and you know exactly why. You know exactly what's happening here. Okay, so you got the Five of Cups at the bottom, and like, it's kind of like, yeah, I like them, and they're a cool person. They're good, but the chemistry or something is just not clicking with you. It's just not clicking. I think that's the best way to put it. It's just not clicking. Even if they're attractive, and you're like, they are attractive, but it's just the spark isn't there. I have come across that a few times in my life where they can be attractive as anybody else, as anybody. Like, I don't know how to explain that. Like, they can be extremely attractive, but if the click isn't there, it's kind of like it's okay that you're attractive, but if I'm not feeling it for you, if the spark isn't there, it's kind of like it's nice, but And I feel like that's kind of what this is. They can be very attractive, but you're just like, I don't have that spark. I don't have that spark. I just don't feel it. So this person, like, they're hanging out on the porch, that analogy, that's still going there. They're letting them. You don't want to be mean to them because they're not a bad person. I don't feel like that. Like, you don't have any reason to be mean to them. So you're letting them hang out. And then you come up to this next spot with the Page of Cups with the fruition. I feel like they're making it known what they would like. They're saying they'd like to hang out with you or they'd like to get a little more serious, like go on a date or move things up another level. Let's put it there. Up a notch, up a level. That's what they're saying. I'd like to go up a notch. I'd like to go up a level. I do feel like you're going along with this, but I'm getting the Justice card here. Like, well, it's kind of like you're trying to be on the level. Like, well, I don't know if anything will come of this, but I guess we can go out. Yeah, I guess I don't see why not. And you do want to go, whatever it is, you don't mind hanging out with them. Hanging out with them is not bad. It's like they don't repulse you. You don't have a problem hanging out with them. It's just kind of like, going to the movies with somebody and watching a movie, like you can watch, like with a friend, that's cool. Doesn't mean you want to get intimate with them. But hanging out with them is okay. You know what I mean? Like that. So you're going along with this, is what I'm getting. You're like, why not? Then why not feel? Why not feel? It's not funny, but it makes me laugh for some reason. But I feel like this is pretty much as good as it gets when I'm getting fruition. This is the most enjoyable part of this experience, because what I'm getting here, as it keeps going forward, you got these cards. You got the Ten of Wands with the protection. That's as good as it's going to get. I don't feel like you want to be intimate with this person. I'm not feeling it. And I feel like as time goes on, it's just going to get more stressful. I just feel like you don't want to be mean to this person, and you're afraid of like shutting them down. It's going to kind of like hurt their self-esteem or something like that. I don't know. Something, it just seems like you do like them. They're a nice enough person. They're very good to you. They are a good person, and it's great to have a friend like this. It's great. You just don't want to get intimate with them. You don't want to go forward. And I'm getting the protection with the Ten of Wands is like the longer this goes, the more stressful it gets, because you don't want to go forward any farther, but you don't want to be mean to them either, because they're a good person. I feel like this is really, like, they don't do anything for you to want to be mean to them. Like, if they were like cruel to animals or something like that, where you could just rip their heads off, and then, yeah, but they're not. That's the thing. I don't feel like they do stuff like that. And that's what makes it, like, they're good. They're a good person. And I feel like that makes it harder. And you're just kind of like, the longer this goes, the more you're like, I don't know how I'm going to tell them, but I'm not going to go forward with this. I feel like you're secretly hoping they find someone else and just ditch you. But it doesn't seem like that's happening. What are you supposed to do with this? I don't know. I don't feel like it's bad. I just feel like it's stressful for you because the longer it goes, the more it feels like you know what they want and you're not going to give it to them. And it's just like, you're just trying to let it kind of peter out on its own, and it's just kind of not. So what are you going to do with it? I do feel like, I know this is horrible, but this is what I'm feeling. Like when this comes in, the resolution to this is you're going to have to start using that friend word a little more. Like, you know, referring to each other as good friends. Or like, you know, you're my good friend. Or like, it's always good to have a good friend. Like, you're going to have to throw that out there a little bit more just to make it a little bit more painfully obvious. And you know, I feel like that's going to be hard for you. Even that's going to be hard for you because you know how that's going to feel for them and you don't want to do that. But I feel like that's going to be like the soft way to keep reminding this person, like, we can be friends. Like, friends are good. Because I feel like they're going to come back. And friends can make great lovers. And you're like, not in this case. But I don't feel like you'll say that, but I think you'll be feeling it. That's the best I got for you. That is where that's ending, so I'll leave that there. So thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.